Guys, Perigi here. In this video we're going to recreate this web page from scratch using Figma. And by the way, this is part of a kit called Sark, which you can find on UI8. And man, this kit really helped me out in a lot of redesign projects because it has a lot of different styles that you can basically take inspiration from and leverage for your next designs. But now without further ado, let's get started in Figma, and let's go ahead and let's create our frame, which is going to contain all of our website. And I'm trying to use the magic trackpad for I wouldn't say the first time for sure, but in a while. So let's see how that plans out. And the very first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to try and recreate the logo. So let's go over here and let's write the actual name of the logo, which is Sark. And we're not going to go too crazy with typeface. So let's go ahead and let's try and find what is the font that was used at least for the main website, which was Inter. All right, which by the way is a font which I really like, and overall just very useful in UI design because it's quite versatile as a font, looking good in small devices as well as larger ones, so it's always good. Now let's create the layout grid just to have a base for our website. So let's go ahead, going to add 12 of columns, and let's make this one lighter. And we're going to add also a little bit of margin. And the reason why I make it so light is that it doesn't interfere as you design. So it's really important to have the grids, but not having them interfere too much. So let's go ahead, let's add the main logo. We're going to add the icons later. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to add the main layout elements or menu elements. So I'm going to write in demos, and let's go over here. Let's duplicate this a few times using Shift and the Option key, and then Command D to duplicate this. And we're going to write about blog pages and contact. All right, and that leaves us with just one element. By the way, we're going to make these probably around 16 points. And let's duplicate this on the right. Let's write get started for free. Let's bring this on the left. We're going to add a rectangle which is going to serve as the base for our button. Let's bring it over here, change the fill to something around these lines. Let's make it fully saturated, and let's get a little bit of a roundedness to the mix. I'm going to bring this over here, and let's use the distribute horizontal spacing feature so that it's all nice and tidy. All right, at this point what we're gonna do is we're going to basically add the main text, and going to just copy and paste it over here, copy and paste the style, and we're going to increase the size considerably. Like this one, probably regular. Let's say it's regular, the original. So let's go with that. Let's bring it here on the left, decrease the font size just a bit, and probably we're going to go with medium. All right, that's a good base. Now let's duplicate this text one more time, and let's copy and paste if it's still working. Okay, clearly it's not working. There you go. So here we have our text below, which is pretty much like the same structure. We're having interregular, and this one is 20 pixels, and the color is pretty much the same. The only thing that was applied was 80% of opacity, which I'm not too fan of adding the opacity to the text in many instances. But yeah, overall, I think this one is working pretty well so far. So let's duplicate this button. Let's bring it here, and we're going to change the text just a little bit. So get 14 days free trial. All right. And we're also going to add a arrow in order to make this button a little bit stronger when it comes to the call to action. This is really going to help this button stand out a little bit more. So, all right, that's it's looking pretty good. Let's make this arrow a little bit less wide. And let's bring this one here. All right, at this point, what we're gonna do is we're going to add a little bit of disclaimer text below. So, quick things, no card required. And we're going to add a dot in between and then cancel anytime. All right. Give it the auto width feature so that it's easier to basically organize and move around, so that we don't have like this big box going on. Let's increase the size of the H1 a little bit more, and let's bring this one more on the left. All right, at this point, what we're gonna do is we're going to add the main background, which it's going to stay right over here. Let's bring it all the way back using Option Command and then the back arrow keys. And we're also going to use the linear feature so that this one is going to look pretty good overall. And let's add our colors, just this one. We're going to apply it also to this second gradient right here. Even though it's set to 0, it will still catch up some of the colors. So it's important to basically organize the gradient as another thing to keep in mind. Now at this point, what we're gonna do is we're going to add the actual photo, which is going to stay over here. Let's bring it up a little bit. Let's make the desktop a little bit less high. And this one is looking good overall. Just what we're missing is the background gradients, which I think those are quite important. So let's go ahead, let's add those. And as you can see, this is essentially an ellipse, sort of, with all sorts of different linear gradients applied to them. So yeah, it's pretty interesting, this effect, how it was created, and it's a really nice touch overall, just to add a little bit of more interesting drop shadow. And we're also going to add the cards, so let's do that. 1 card and 2 card, and these ones you can learn how to create based of the many tutorials that I have on YouTube on UI design. We're creating stuff which is even much more complicated than this, so shouldn't really be that much. It's just main rectangles, text files, icons, and then photos pretty much. So yeah, that's it for this video. Hope it was helpful, and I want to remind you that I recently launched basically a subscription to all of my courses for just $9 instead of like the hundreds and hundreds of dollars that broadcasting before, because I just want to give away my knowledge and having it more accessible to everyone. So that's just a nice thing which I did recently. So you have access to over 40 hours of content, all of my courses, the Get Started in UI UX design, how to create a design portfolio, all my design softwares, and also basically how I find and sell to high ticket clients and run my freelance design business. So if you're interested in learning more about that, check it out, and I'll see you in the next video.